Alright, game versus Starpucks 2. Interesting face-off. SP2 comes out with it, and easy turnover. And Sarah comes in. Drop pass. Couldn't quite handle it. A lot of behind the net plays. Sends it back down. Sends it around. Oh, this is an opportunity. That was an opportunity for Ernest to do something with it. Nobody there. I mean, Mike's pretty. I think that's Mike. Mike's pretty fast, granted, but I think Ernest, you definitely had room to move to the middle a little bit. Open up, get that nice beautiful lane. You could pass it down to Justin, you could pass it down to Sarah, or rip it yourself. And I'm sure Mike could probably have a tipping opportunity there as well, rather than this. But somehow it went through 3 people. We got a banana peel back there. And kind of an opportunity, but yeah. Let's continue. Forechecking pressure. Bit passive by Mike there. Maybe could have had forced a turnover there, but we'll take it. Mike's coming back in with speed. Loses it, and so go for a change on the fly. D pairing is now swapped up. Forwards are slowly going for a change one by one. And back on the attack. No whistle yet, so let's just keep going. Liam comes in, almost the back door for Eng. Or checking pressure. And they're out on the attack. Poked off. Pretty easy read right there. Rims it around. Drop pass. Shot blocked. Still no whistle, so we'll just keep going. Let's have some fun. Have some free commentary like it is live on TV. Stopped up. Sends it down low. Almost deflects it into their own net by number 7 on Starpucks 2. Gathers it behind the net. Oh, and we get a first goal by Alex. Let's rewind to where the action is. Shot from the blue line. Definitely wide. Big tip by their defenseman. Almost scores it on their own net. Goes behind the net. And then Eng's able to gather it up. Circle back around. Their D completely forgets that there are people going to be in front of the net. Backhand pass. Boom. Far side. Left unattended. Eng to Alex, and we get our first goal. Lots of action. Not a single whistle. So, pretty fun. Alright, this breakout right here. Big lead pass by Dave to get to Fee, so that's an excellent job. And she's almost beating the foot race on these players. Drop pass, and then we gotta roast myself because this is a fucking horrible shot. And I think I get roasted by it a little bit later. For those who don't know why this is a horrible shot, it's just drop pass and so much space, right? We got a lot of space to take it to the middle and then look for a way better lane. And then Dave's coming in hot, so also like an opportunity to pass it up to him and give him a opportunity. We get a fortunate bounce. It doesn't mean this was a good play, but it bounces right behind because I missed it way wide, and it goes right to Dave's stick. And Jeff's a bit off center line, and then boom, I don't know if it hit his pad and out or the post and out, but um, it kind of worked out for us, but it wasn't a really good play. Following up with this, I think right here, once Fee put pressure on this player, I think understandably Dave is trying to stay here if Fee is able to get it and pass it back to him. I think the turning point is the moment this player stick lifted Fee and got control of it. If Dave was able to quickly get back to roughly in this area, it's gonna open, like, I think we may be able to turn it over right instantly there. So we're trying to close off these boards area for myself so he can't do a hard rim, and then Justin could probably be able to pinch down on Claire. And then Ernest's job is really just to watch this player. So if Dave's able to essentially cut off that middle to any of these two players and prevent this guy from wiggling through the middle, we could probably force over a turnover. So right here, this guy does the dangerous decision of wiggling to the middle, right? So if Dave was able to be kind of right here, we could, I suspect, maybe get a good chance to get a turnover. But that's just kind of like, you see how he's just, like, that's just dangerous coming all the way to the middle in that slot. If we were able to cut him off right there, I think it would have been great, but that is just a small note there. So here's a little play right here. Lead pass up to Justin. He asked for an A+ review, but I don't know, I might have to knock him some brownie points right here. 2-on-1 situation, and he shoots from all the way at the top of the circles. I mean, he's got a good shot, no doubt about that, but taking a shot from back there, I don't know, you guys be the judge. I leave it open for your interpretation. Alright, we got a funny sequence coming out here. Clean face-off win by Sarah. Oh my goodness, we got almost a banana peel. But play leading up, coming up here. Sarah recovers it and drops it off to Hilsden. And good, I mean, a good lead pass, but then Hilsden tries to do a walk in the blue line, reversing it back over. Maybe this was inspired by me telling Fee that I wanted to see our superstars walk the blue line more. I want to see people who can skate that don't look like Bambi on skates pull this move off. But perhaps looking at how, like, right here, so much space that in a usual case going down would probably be the play, and then a couple pass options right here to Sarah and Justin. But nonetheless, I thought the little banana peel was silly. Alright, funny sequence right here. Hilsden doing the tricks, pulling out the tricks, reset, bounces it right back. He did not expect that at all, but coming up here, Justin skates it in, tries to go for a shot. Maybe needs a little bit more deception. Right? It's just straight and then a shot. So if you're able to weave in a little cut to the middle, a little power move to the right, maybe that will open up some lanes for you. But other than that, this part, there's good and bad. So Justin last week just kept hucking blind passes this way and it was off the mark. This time he holds on to it a little bit more, but I think, boom, right here is a way open lane. Boom, it's gonna be a one-timer shot. Had an opportunity, not sure what happened, but held on to it, and then, ooh, ugly pass. So the good was holding on to it and wasn't going for a blind huck pass up to the blue line, but then this was too soft. Did the blue line set Liam up for a little bit of trouble right there. Certainly, I think, yeah, maybe a shot. I don't know, this guy's down. Could definitely, a shot was definitely in the, like, Jeff's blind, like, he's screen to the max, and you're on a good angle right here. Ugh. But then, just ugly. Alright, this sequence entirely right here, I think a lot of things to point out, and a lot of good things, bad things. So I guess the first good thing was we took advantage of Mike's Pizza from SP2, and yeah, I wanted to highlight a couple things. So super clear, right? Like on the right side, they're pretty aggressive, but on their left side, very passive. So taking advantage of, I mean, I guess there's a bit of a skill. It's a noticeably SP2 is skill-wise a little bit weaker on the right side than the left side. Not a knock on them, but it is what it is. And I think one of the things that I wanted to highlight is Justin's doing a good job here. We see how big concentration of players on the left, and if they're aggressive like that, if we form enough triangles, you can really move the puck around. So if we can move even Mike over here, and like you just move to open spaces, just keeping those triangles dynamic, or kind of like Liam's filling that role, so Mike could even kind of come and slot down right here. So where you cut that ice in half, you just have an overload of players on that left hand side. You can move that puck pretty freely, and you'll notice it even more on this side. They're not as aggressive, and when they're not aggressive, you can really take advantage of working that perimeter way more to get open lanes. And I think like we've lost a slight opportunity to move the puck more based on how Justin's positioned, so tight to the net. Whereas he can like right here is a huge visual indicator of how like there's more space that he can work with, rather than kind of stay. You see how, I mean, really just kind of focus on Justin as the puck's moving around, where he camps out. That whole sequence. Whereas I think just creating a little bit more movement would open things up. But yeah, you know, some good, some bad, and then it's kind of a demonstration of how we can take advantage of things, and then the benefits of moving people over to one side. Yeah, and then some notes. I think this clip will always serve a excellent demonstration of why wingers that stay up near the blue line are just ripe for picking off passes. It's just too easy. You're very close to the D, and then boom, picked off, easy peasy. And it in this case, I would like it obviously was pulled off by Hillsden, but guarantee anyone else could have done that, just because simply the fact that puck's in their zone, their forwards by the blue line, our D is going to be at the blue line, easy interception, right? So quick demonstration. This sequence up here I think was almost perfect. So Alex decides to shift from right side to left side, perfectly fine. And so, as usual, I like overloading. That's just my preference, you know. So if we move forwards over here, and then third forward just shifts over, crossing that blue line, and then a D is going to be here. So let's just kind of mark their spots in a rough location, cutting that ice in half. And then the opposite half, I call it, you know, it's all freedom zone for the weak side D, where their responsibilities, of course, is going to be if that puck rings around, they need to make sure it doesn't escape the zone. But otherwise, they get to read how they want to play it. So they want to be up here, if they want to sneak in, if there's space in this area, if they want to sneak in all the way in the back door and then shift back up, that's fine. So it's going to cut that ice in half, that freedom zone for the weak side D. And I think right here, Melissa, yeah, she does, cuts it down, boom, forward check, turnover, and gets it to Alex. Alex feeds it to Eng, and then we get basically perfect triangle situation. And I think, well, I mean, I think I would have preferred Liam up here, and then Melissa over here, where kind of Liam is. So I guess that gets a little discombobulated, but yeah, if using this edge of the circle, boom, right here is my favorite, where if I think with that situation, if Melissa maybe routed like this, pass, boom, shot right there. So I think the sequence between Eng and Alex was pretty perfect. Boom, pass up, settles it down. Oh, Alex is open, pass down, and then boom, there's a laneway right here that is just opened up. Either Hilson's also an option, but Alex was just off the mark, passed it to the other team instead, but positionally I think was pretty good. Two clips coming up right here. I briefly told Fee I feel like we're wasting her skill set. She's more of a pass first kind of player. And she let's put it this way, she plays like Zach Hyman, which is like greasy grinder, works hard in the corners, backdoor tap-ins, physical, but positionally wise, but then style wise, she's more of a passer. So I feel like, and then I said, well, it's kind of wasting her potential, always kind of camping out by the crease on the back door like this. Whereas I think if she is able to work the perimeter more as assist kind of player, or also working up in the higher slot more, is going to pull more potential out of her. So here's one. I think we had a little triangle situation going on, almost exact pinpoint exactly how Alex and Eng were doing it. And if Fionn was able to just sneak up in this area, just watch, boop, puck right there, skate in, gather, shot, right? So I think that's a missed opportunity right there, where she was in the back door rather than being in the high slot. Now, that's on me for doing a pretty poopy blind pass, but here skipping ahead, you know what, actually let's not skip ahead, let's show A+ review. Justin, one-on-one, shoots it from far away, rocket shot, and then right here calls in. I think again, same situation. I think Fionn is just getting a little too close to the net. She slows that, like, she can end up there, but I think, this is kind of my opinion, if she starts high, so maybe here, and then skates into it for a shot, it's more deadly, a little bit easier to handle, I think, rather than starting close and then reaching back and then turning back around. But here, kind of an example, she better, rather than the back door, she stays a little bit higher. It's easier to feed that puck to her, and then I think there's an opportunity there. Oh, here comes the shot, boom, right? Got out a little quickly, but that's a chance, right? And I think if she does more of this, there's going to be more potential coming out of her, rather than, you know, camping down the crease, playing like Zach Hyman, which I think is kind of holding her back, in my opinion. Alright, defensive jaw. Kind of a loss, 50-50-ish, but Justin was able to cover it, get it. And key thing, I think we identify wingers, they jump up right away. And that allows you to whoop, throw it out in front. And now it's just a foot race. Mike's clearly taller than the Starbucks player, and he beats the foot race, dekes out Jeff. And puck is in the net. We get a 2-0 game, assisted by Justin. I think similar story right here. A lot of clips on offense right here. So Alex takes the puck to the right hand side, and a little bit slow for everyone to shift over. You see Eng hasn't quite moved over here yet. But eventually he does. Alex moves up to the half wall, and Hilton throws it back down, and now boom, right here, Hilton. Now we formed an excellent triangle, and I think for Melissa, she may be better served to scoot back a little bit, maybe closer towards the red line. And again, this kind of allows her to I think the difference, in my opinion, is being able to see more of the ice and then have your body positioned in a more aggressive manner when the puck's moving around like that. And then again, like once a puck gets towards the net, then we crash the net. Anyways, I think right here, if she was maybe here, just scooting back a little bit, more lanes to work with, and then you've distanced yourself from the defenders to get a good shot on net. And then part two to that is, let's say you're up here and you drew a defender up here. This kind of also opens up a lane where this player in the corner now has the ability to cut to the net, right? Because you've drawn a defender over. That's kind of a byproduct, but not really too important. It's all hypothetical to talk about. So yeah, some thoughts there. Alright, so this assist is really funny. Looks like Eng was reaching for the puck, gets whacked by the other player, and gets up to here. Melissa misses it, DZ misses it, goes all the way back out, so Eng's the last person to touch it. And then Janelle comes in, shoots it short side. Jeff left it wide open. Yeah, didn't quite. You can see it's big open space. Didn't quite get squared up. And on angle, an easy snipe. So yeah, he lost some brownie points earlier on. Now he got some more brownie points. So maybe he gets that A+ review like that he wanted. 4.0 GPA. And assisted by Eng. Gotta show this. We had to say, declare, why didn't she cover 66? Unacceptable. Alright, so here's a play. Passing it up to Liam. And where I feel like we got our superstars that can skate. Then here's a big opportunity to move right to the middle. And Hilton's moving over, right? And I think their target is going to be top of the circles, and then one forward will scoot to, again, also the top of the circles, and then one forward shifts over to the slot, one forward here. We get a double stack. The idea is boom, boom, skate to the middle. You could have a shot towards the net with two options to deflect, or as they move across, and then Hilton's shifting across, we got a pass across where boom, a shot opportunity, a one-timer opportunity, and of course as we're moving across, this player's moving across, also another pass, one-timer or a shot opportunity. So 1, 2, 3, lots of options, right? And I think that's gonna open a lot of events for us, rather than staying stationary like that. But I don't know. I feel like it's gonna be something fun to add to the Tumblebees repertoire. All right, so I I don't know. This is kind of like I'm on the fence about it. It's all theory for me, but I think the awkward positioning is when you're so far up, you can get a nice stretch pass. But then for us regular normies who are Bambi on skates, and we can't turn, then we're kind of stuck in this awkward positioning where if someone's coming up, I mean, I guess Justin could just turn around and skate, yeah. But on the alternative is if we do something what like Sarah's doing, a more traditional kind of skating path where we come down low, build up speed, and then boom, a pass in stride is gonna be easier because you're gonna be facing up. And see how awkward it is where Justin gets it and then decides to send it back down for like almost a reset. So then the question is, why stay up so high? If we're gonna do that, so yeah, not sure. Still kind of thinking through that. But do we get a goal here? I think we do. Somewhere, I think it's on the shift. So let's just watch it through. Liam making all his moves, gets it to Justin. He misses the net. Still stays down low. Sarah was covering for him, but she identifies that the other team has opened up space, and then she shoots it, bounces off somebody's skates or stick, and then Liam takes the rebound. Fortunate bounce. Unfortunately for Sarah, she does not get an assist for that officially, but here you can kind of see how it opens up. Boom, right there. She sees that their winger has kind of went up to cover the point, but really nobody's there, and she's able to sneak in. Boom. Now we get this kind of juicy opportunity opening up. And then I guess also this is, you know, obviously a common problem that Tumblebees has, the defense puck watching, right? Everyone's so busy staring at the puck that they forget about the players. And so because of that, boom, it opens up. And this is 4-0 now. Quick comment, not anything we did wrong, but I feel like we are missing the opportunity to use the goalie as our bouncing pad as a team in general. So pretty like a decent view, right? For Dave, you see, maybe he could power in a little bit closer, and then I think if we use the far side pad and bounce it out more often, we could maybe get some rebounds rather than passing it out to the middle like this. I don't know. We talk about it a lot, but we just never do it. I think we should try it more often. So something to think about. All right, this this is freaking hilarious. So pass, didn't quite get it, and then Sarah comes in, and you can see this is not looking good. Mike's gonna be like, so I think Sarah's just trying to come back to do a stick lift, but I'm not sure who that player is. The pathing they're taking. They're trying to turn into Mike. So the oh no, I gotta overtime, overtime. Alright, this sequence is hilarious. Poke check, pretty easy read. Poke check right there, and then boom, fancy moves, pivot, fake shot, and then tries to feed it out front for Sarah. And then so he's trying to get his A plus review, but goes for a change while they're going for the attack. And the best part is in on the bench. You just see Ernest. He's going, "Where the fuck are you going? Where?" So I don't know. Maybe you lost a couple of brownie points there. That A plus review might be in jeopardy. Alright, so now we're starting to see our defense getting a little loosey-goosey. Perhaps more on Liam being loosey-goosey. Our famed dwinger, defensive winger, or winger defense. Take it any way, which way you want. Our lefties down in the corner, in the trenches. So this is the start of some goofiness for sure. It continues. Who's the first man in? Our lefty. Liam is way down there. Icing called, but still. Alright, right here. Whoa, so physical, Fee. What are you taking it out for? Our defense here, getting loosey-goosey, tries to pinch. Ooh, and now 3-on-1 situation. Guy takes a shot, misses the net. But the loosey-gooseyness continues. So interesting sequence here. Passes up to the D. Their SP2 very passive, very collapsy. Deep in the zone. And I mean, again, another opportunity where I think right to the middle, boom, boom, pass options, got options. And I guess another awkward thing is puck's at the blue line, but Eng's behind the net. I mean, it works out, but awkward positioning, right? And then, man, so passive. Like SP2 is passive, 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 and we can really take advantage of it by working the perimeter. And I think the key things are, why is Ernest in the middle? Why is nobody here? And then, yeah, nobody to pass to, but lots of space for Eng to work with, and a big backdoor pass right there. It just missed the net by a little bit. I think we keep it in the zone some more. And then pass out. Now Ernest being in the middle makes more sense. Very interesting. Like I kind of made the comments before, the right hand side, the SP2, very aggressive. The left hand side, very passive. Kind of an interesting thing to see. Oh, that's a good play. That's a good chance. And out the zone. Alright, we got a sequence coming up here. The player backhand passes, intercepted by Justin. Knocks it, intercepted by the other team. And then Melissa turnover, knocks it out, lead pass to Eng. And then Eng snipes it. Short side, looks like. Crashes in the boards. So goal by Eng, assisted by Melissa. Alright, play right here. Puck comes over on the side, gathers it, throws it back down low, and Liam jumps in on the attack. Now one player should fall back, and then puck goes back down low. And I think this is probably my mistake coming in to try to poke it off, but I am covering for Liam. So I guess the expectation may be for Liam to come back quickly on as D, but a mistake was made. Flyby! Uh-oh, now we're in trouble. 3-on-1. The hustles, and then the lack of hustle. But don't worry, Hilson's got it. Oh, big sauce pass across. Backhand, far side, top corner. Oh, no. Disaster. It's a disaster. -1. And the shutout has been broken. It's a disaster. Falling apart here. Alright, last 30 seconds. Let's see what kind of fun happened. Oh, you know what? I went too far ahead. Face off. Pass up front. Nothing really happens. And then game over. Game over. Do 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 do. And I guess to answer the question, yeah, he did not. Did he? He did not join in on the handshake line. You're right. Sherlock Holmes has solved the mystery. No, yeah. He skates off and then alright, yeah, I didn't notice that, but it's true. That's pretty funny. Anyways, good game. As long as everyone had fun on both teams.